How's it going, everyone? I'm Sir James coming at you guys with another Star Wars product review. This time I have something cool to share with you guys that isn't a lightsaber, and that is this Star Wars Galactic Archives C-3PO Premium Electronic Helmet that features lights and sounds. And this thing is a really cool product indeed. So if you're ever curious in terms of what the product is going to look like on the shelf in terms of its packaging, here's what the main box is going to look like. You got a nice front-facing shot of C-3PO. Here's the other shots. And of course, the other cool little feature here is removing the gold components to reveal his skeleton underneath. And of course, all the product features, which I'm going to be showcasing in this review regardless. Now, what's neat about this particular item is that this thing isn't super expensive. And as you can see, it's a very good size indeed. Now, this particular item retails for about, I think it's like $120 or $125. Can't remember, I bought it a couple weeks ago. But what I do know is that, of course, if you are a Disney key holder, season pass holder, your key discounts do work on this. So for me, I have the Inspired key. So the discount on this came out to be like $103 and some change. Really good value for its money, in my opinion. Here is a closer look of the helmet while the, of course, gold portion is still attached. And if you can't already tell, this thing is super shiny. Look, you can see the camera. In fact, let me go ahead and bring my hand over. Hey, how's it going? So yes, it's got that very nice shiny finish to it. Indeed. The lights, the eyes do light up, but it does need to be plugged in. And speaking of plug, the accessories inside the box, besides the instructions, is of course going to be the C-3PO head and this cable, which plugs into C-3PO through a USB-C and will end on a regular USB outlets. The cable is an okay length. It's not a really long cable, so depending on your initial setup, you may need a lengthier cable to go ahead and hook this guy up. If you do have them plugged in through your power bank, depending on your power bank, at least from the 3 that I tried, eventually the power bank went to sleep thinking that nothing was plugged in, so just be aware of that. And let's go ahead and bring this over and plug this guy in. I want to try to keep this review as short as possible, just because it's a, just a simple little item here. So once he is plugged in, on the back of him, he does feature a on and off switch. We're just going to flip him on, and when he's on, you will know because of course his eyes will be glowing. So pretty neat overall. Now the instructions have you tapping his forehead in this upper section right here on the left hand side, and you just simply go,
"Sir, if you'll not be needing me, I'll close down for a while."
I just plugged you in. We need you, C-3PO. Gosh, don't go to sleep right now. So yes, he does say several different phrases, and there's some extra little functions too, which we'll get to in just a moment, besides, of course, removing the components. So what I'm going to go ahead and do first, while the, everything is still attached, is I'm just simply going to go ahead and cycle through. I don't know how many phrases he's got, to be quite honest, but we'll just kind of cycle through. So let's go ahead and do that right now.
"We seem to be made to suffer. It's our lot in life."
Yeah, that's true.
"Take care, my little friend." "Oh, I'm quite beside myself." "Oh no! Oh, I'm so confused."
Yeah, me too.
"Where am I? Did you hear that? They shut down the main reactor. We'll be destroyed for sure. This is madness. I don't like the look of this." "What's going on? Turn round. I can't see." "I can assure you they will never get me onto one of those dreadful starships."
So, as you can tell, he's basically saying different phrases that he said throughout the different films.
"Sir, my first job was programming binary load lifters, very similar to your evaporators in most respects." "Thank goodness. Is my head on straight?"
Oh, wait. Now it is.
"With all we've been through, sometimes I'm amazed we're in as good condition as we are. What with the rebellion and all. We're doomed." Oh no! My parts are showing. My goodness. Oh.
They're not showing yet, but we're going to get to that in just a moment.
Hello, I am C-3PO Human Cyborg Relations. How might I serve you? I'm not much more than an interpreter, and not very good at telling stories. Well, not at making them interesting, anyway.
I think he does pretty good storytelling. I mean, after all, he's got the Ewoks on his side, right? Or since he's a god.
Shut me down.
Okay.
It wasn't my fault, sir. Please don't deactivate me.
You just told me to shut you down. And now you're shut down. Alright, so now the next step is, of course, removing the components. And here's how this works. So first off, there are these little round sections here on the helmet. Right here that look like this. There are one on each side. Now if you're curious, none of this is metal. This is all plastic. Just be aware of. Again, it's not like you're paying $200 to $300 for this item. You're paying literally less than 130 bucks. So everything about this is pretty much plastic. So you just simply twist these to go ahead and remove them. And then from there you can go ahead and start removing the rest of the components, such as the back of the head. Just like that. You could almost wear it. Of course, if my head was a bit thinner, I could almost wear this thing, to be quite honest. So depending on your head size, if you're really thin, you might be able to even put these on officially. And then of course we have, part of his, the inner portions exposed with the wires and stuff like that. But the last we need is to remove this. Hello, I am C-3PO, Human Cyborg Relations. So yes, there you go, right there. I will just go ahead and put you right there. And then thus, there you go. Now you have C-3PO from Star Wars Episode 1 The Phantom Menace. Now yes, the gold portions underneath here are also removable, but since I have the... Actually no, I'm just going to unplug the cable. But these sections are also removable, but I'm just going to keep mine on just because I don't really feel like taking everything apart. But let me go ahead and give you guys a closer look at his exposed look. So there's the side profile, the back, the front, and the other side. Now they have you, again, if you're kind of curious how he functions, this section right here on the left hand side, this is the section that you're tapping, and that's what is making him talk and respond and things like that. Now as far as the inside goes, basically everything is all plastic. There is a slight weathering detail around the eye section, or behind the eyes. But as far as the wires go, they are pretty much painted. Again, you got your plastic components, nothing really metallic. The only parts that look nice, in my opinion, are these little short wires underneath here. That's pretty much about it, to be quite honest. And of course, there is like a slight weathering right here too. So before we actually re-plug this back in and feature him some more, this is where I'm going to go ahead and address my negatives. Now, the negatives in which I'm about to mention aren't like one of those, oh my gosh, I can't believe they did this, I regret this purchase. It's not like that. These particular negatives that I'm going to mention is a bit of an annoyance. However, if you are someone that is willing to put in just a little bit of extra work, you can make this even better than it already is out of the box. So, first negative is that yes, once the parts are, removed, it is very plasticky looking underneath. Obviously we're talking about a cyborg built with metal components and things like that. Nothing really screams that here. You got, again, painted wires, which are pretty cheap to be quite honest. But yeah, it's nothing too crazy. And the other part too is the wires themselves. I don't know who's in charge of the painting, but the painting on here is sloppy. So to give you some examples here, here is one with a paint run-on going on here. Again, very messy indeed. You got like the orange bleeding into the white. You got, again, the orange onto the white there. You can see it from that white cable just right there. Another good example here is this area. I mean, the paints on there is just pure sloppiness. However, it's not the end of the world, because the good thing here especially if you have that hobby aspect of you and you just want to customize something, is that this product is amazing for customization. I've seen people take, just the outer shell and to do a weathered look to it. Instead of him looking brand new out of the factory, I've seen people do a weather job on the gold section, or even buying two so they can do a weathered look and a non-weathered look for the outside. And of course, I've seen people also customizing, and this is the same idea that I had when I first got this, customizing the inside of it. Again, because the inside does look cheap, but you can make this look even better just by applying some like dry brushing, paint, washes, and stuff like that. Doing your own weathered look on the inside is going to dramatically improve the look of this item tenfold, and there's some perfect examples online to look at for sure. But like I said, my negatives are very minor, and if you're the type of person who doesn't like to customize these things, then obviously you're going to be left with, maybe some sloppy paint work and a plastic looking interior. But if you want to put in that extra work, literally less than an hour of work, then again, you could easily fix those issues. So let's go ahead and replug him back in to see how he sounds without, of course, the rest of the components on. Flip him back on. He's on because of the lights. And like I said, this is the one spot they're going to be pressing. It's just all touch sensitive.
I'm quite beside myself. We seem to be made to suffer. It's our lot in life. I'm going to regret this.
We'll do one more.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Actually, you're technically correct, because the thing that we're about to do right now is we are about to reprogram C-3PO. Yes, reprogramming. If you've seen Star Wars Episode 9, you probably already know what I'm referencing. It's a particular scene where C-3PO, for some reason, had this very important information in regards to the Emperor's Wayfinder and location. As to how he had this information, I don't really know, unless maybe it was captured and reprogrammed at some point or added in secrecy. Again, not entirely sure. I don't think there was an episode that really explained that at all. I think it was just kind of tossed in the movie. But there is a purple cable located over here. It's the only one that stands out of all the cables. It's the only thing that's purple. What they have you do is that they have you unplug the cable. As you can see, his eyes go away, which means he's not working anymore. But we need to reprogram him. So how do we do that? Well, we take this purple cable and we're going to plug it into the slot underneath where it was originally. Just like this. Now, if you can't already tell, his eyes will now glow red. So now he's a Sith protocol droid. And of course, there's only one thing that he's going to be saying. Well, technically more than one, but this is the only dialogue that's going to happen when he's in this mode. And it's this dialogue right here.
The Emperor's Wayfinder is in the Imperial Vault at Delta 36, transient 936, bearing 32, on a moon in the Endor system. From the southern shore, only this blade tells. Only this blade tells.
And that's pretty much it. If you press it again, it's just going to repeat the same thing, and that is it. And if you want to put him back to normal, you just simply remove the purple cable, plug it back into the top slot.
Take care, my little friend.
And now he is back to normal, and it's as very simple as that. And then, of course, to put everything back, pretty straightforward. Whether or not I'm doing this backwards, I'm not entirely sure. It's in the instructions, so this is the method that works for me. I typically put the back plate on first. Then I bring the front. Just like that. And bring these back forward. As you can see, it doesn't take no time at all. There's no tools necessary or required. And of course, because we can't forget, since this guy has got a very shiny finish to him, you got to give him that little extra polish, you got the... And just like that, he is ready to go once again. Cleans up pretty easy. So with a microfiber cloth or just like a really soft shirt, again, you can polish him right back up and he is good to go. So overall, this is a very cool product that is released. Like I said, it's not specifically Star Wars Galaxy's Edge exclusive, but I did find them over in the Droid Depot and also over at the Star Trader shop at the Disneyland Resort. As far as if it's available at any of the other Disney theme parks, that I'm not entirely sure because I don't go to this park, so I don't really follow along with what's being carried over there entirely. But I'm sure some of you guys will let me know down below. But yeah, like I said, this item is 120, 125 bucks, give or take. Discounts do apply towards them. So again, Inspire Key was about $103 and some change. The fact that this guy's got some great customization options, looks great on the shelf, and has got some cool features from the light up, and he sounds great. He doesn't sound like some cheap audio plug-in thing. He sounds like C-3PO as you would expect it to be with the audio files. But yeah, like I said, this thing is awesome. But what do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comment section down below. And I'm kind of curious, from the Star Wars Galactic Archive series that Disney has been releasing, has there been anything in particular that has you excited or that you've enjoyed? Besides this one, I know they have the, shoot, I don't even know what the actual game is called, but it's that one, like, chess thing that they play on the Millennium Falcon, let the Wookiee win. They have that one available. It's like $100, features like 3D components for the pieces, lights and sounds. So I've been considering getting that one to do a video on, just a matter of like where would I put it afterwards type scenarios, one of those things preventing me. They also did the dagger from like episode 9, which for some reason has an extra light up function for whatever reason, but I heard the build quality was good. There's a Kylo Ren helmet from episode 9 where it was repaired and it's got that glowing portion that looked pretty neat. And then I'm not sure what else is from the archive series. I'm pretty sure there's some other ones too, but those are just the ones I know on top of my head. But until then, like I said, let me know what you guys think about this or just the Galactic Archive series in general in the comment section down below. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. And C-3PO, do you have any final words for everyone?
Sir, if you'll not be needing me, I'll close down for a while.
Cool, I'm glad you really wanted to be part of this. Until then, always remember, may the Force be with you.
We seem to be made to suffer. It's our lot in life.
You're not helping, C-3PO. Later.